Shalom everyone. I just wanted to share with you a short machshava on Parshas Chukat. Parshas Chukat deals with the mitzvah of Parah Aduma, and the mitzvah of Parah Aduma, which is a necessary ceremony to be metaher a person who has become Tamei by contact with a dead body, to sprinkle some of the ashes of the Parah Aduma mixed with water on day 3 and on day 7, and then the person goes to the mikveh, and only then he's Tahor. So Parah Aduma is called a chayk. It's a mitzvah that we don't understand, a mitzvah beyond human comprehension. Shlomo HaMelech says, Amarti Yachkama, I wanted to become a chacham, v'hi rechayka mimeni, but the chachma was beyond me, meaning once I got to Parah Aduma, I understood that the whole Torah is mysterious and beyond me. There are, of course, many, many different aspects of why Parah Aduma is so mysterious. But most Meforshim say that the nakuda that makes it so mysterious is that it embodies a contradiction and a paradox. Because on one hand, being sprinkled with the Efer Parah makes me Tahor, mitaher esatmeim. And yet, the same vehicle that makes people Tahor, those who carry the Efer, those who transport the Efer, they become Tamei. Now, it's not a tumah like mace. They're not Tamei for 7 days. They're only Tamei for 1 day. But they're Tamei. How can the same davar bring purity and the same davar bring impurity? There is a medrash Paliya, an unusual medrash, that actually says the side, the deep secret of Parah Aduma, is Avas Yisrael. How can Parah Aduma teach me Avas Yisrael? So it says in the name of the HaRav the following. The emphasis for a Kayin to become Tamei Bizman HaMikdash is a very, very inconvenient thing. A Kohen cannot do the Avodah when he's Tamei. A Kohen cannot eat Kudshim or even eat Truma when he's Tamei. A Kayin can't even be Nichnas LaMikdash or the HaRav, or at least areas of the HaRav, when he's Tamei. So l'chayra, it's a tremendous imposition on a Kohen to make him Tamei. And yet, the Kehanim transport the Efer, and they're mazeh the Efer, and they mix it with water. Why? It's a bechina of a chesed. The Kohen puts himself out in order to help another Yid achieve the madrega that the other Yid needs to achieve. So the HaRav says, instead of looking at it as a paradox, instead of saying, how could something be metame if it's metayer, you can actually look at it as a cause and effect. When one Yid is willing to inconvenience himself to help another Yid, that brings purity and goodness into the world. The Parah Aduma is metayer the Tamei precisely because the person who's Tahor is willing to become Tamei to help the other person achieve that level. It's Hatalia. When I'm willing to be matriach and inconvenience myself to help you, that brings goodness and purity into the world. We're now in the period of time we're going to be approaching Chodesh Tammuz, and Chodesh Tammuz is already the month of Shivas Or B'Tammuz, the 3 weeks, where we are misbainain about the Chorban Beis HaMikdash and the reasons for the Galus and the reasons of the Chorban. And everybody, of course, remembers the Gemara that the first Mikdash was destroyed because of Avodah Zarah, Gili Araya, Shvichus Damim. But the second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed because of Sinas Chinam. And the Gemara in Yuma says, you see that Sinas Chinam is so much worse than the Gimel Chamurais, because the Chorban of the Gimel Chamurais was only 70 years. But the Chorban of Sinas Chinam is still going on. And we can add more than 1,000 years to when the Gemara said it was still going on. So the only way we could be Zaycha to the Geula is to be Miskaber over the Sinas Chinam. through Avas Yisrael. Let us remember that one of the lessons of Parah Aduma is when a Yid is willing to be matriach for another Yid, that brings shefa, bracha, v'hatzlacha into the world. Good Shabbos, good Chodesh.